Welcome to episode 5 of Thabo and Gugu Talk Life and Business. And
I'm
today,
Thabo.
Oh, I'm Gugu. Sorry. Oh dear.
You think everyone knows you just like that?
Well, you never know. I'm joking. But yeah, on this episode, it's just going to be more of a question type series. Asking an Airbnb host like how Thabo in the UK.
You are an Airbnb host yourself.
Yeah.
So, in this podcast, Gugu decided she's going to ask me questions which are in the comment section to say, people have left in the comment section in all our various platforms from Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and she's collected the questions. She's got them on her phone. I don't know the questions. And I think plan is for me to answer something wrong, so she comes in. But let's get into it. Let me prove you wrong.
We'll see about that.
Okay, let's go.
Anyway, let's get into it.
So what's the first one?
So I guess the first one is you're an Airbnb host, right?
Yes.
When you choose a property, what do you consider suitable for an Airbnb?
So when you're choosing an Airbnb property, the first thing to consider is your target market, your audience, what type of guest do you want to bring into the property? If you want to bring high-end, luxurious guests, you would want to choose a location and a property which you match that high-end luxurious guest. If you want to bring contractors, like people coming into your city or into your town for work or for any other businesses like manual labor or just electricians or truck drivers, those kind of people, you want to choose a property which suits that, And if you want to, if you're in places where there's a beach or it's more like a tourist attraction, you want to choose a property which is going to be, which will work out for the tourist, which will be comfortable for tourists, So it's optimizing based on the type of guest you want to attract. So for our portfolio, we actually attract two clienteles. So these are people coming to visit the city, like the holiday makers, and also people who are coming in to work, and we call these contractors. So we optimize our places. They're not high end where everything is velvet, luxurious, but they are high end for the type of people we bring. So the contractors, when they come in, they'll be like, oh wow, this is beautiful. The holiday makers, when they come in, they always say, wow, this is beautiful. That's how we've optimized our properties. So if you maybe it's on a low end cheap budget, which I don't advise you to go there, because it's right now with the Airbnb market, there's a lot of competition. There's a lot of properties there. So when someone is booking, believe it or not, even if it's a builder, because gone are the days when people in the past, they'll be say, oh, get a property, stick a bed, a bedside table, and put a Bible inside there. The builder will book. No. Gone are the days of that. Everyone, when they book, they look at the pictures. When they book, they look at comfort, So, these people are leaving their houses, and 9 times out of 10, they are luxurious houses, they're nice houses to come stay in your property for work. So why should I book something which is on a low end, on a low budget? So even if it's people who are on holiday, people on holiday are the picky ones, because they've left their house, their home, to go somewhere to tour the place, to be tourists,
So they want somewhere home away from home.
Yes, a home away from home. They want somewhere which is comfortable.
Yeah.
Is that a good answer?
Well, yes, it is. But just to also add on to that, are you able to tell our audience in terms of which cities do we have our properties?
So we've got our properties in Glasgow. So Glasgow is where we currently reside. We've got properties here. We've got properties in Birmingham. We used to stay in Birmingham, so we know that market, and we've got properties there. We've got properties in Coventry, and we recently bought another property in Coventry as well, which we did a buy refinance and rented out as an Airbnb. And we've got properties in Northampton as well. So we operate in 4 cities, and all those 4 cities, the business is systemized, and we don't have to be there. We can only live in one city, right?
Yep.
Yep.
So moving on to the next question. So what's just briefly, not in too much detail, what's the process from when a guest books in to when they check out?
So when she said it briefly, because when I start speaking about systems, I don't stop. So when a guest books, we send, everything is automated, and what automates this is something called a channel manager. So a channel manager is like a system or a synchronization tool, software, whatever word you feel comfortable to call it, which is like when someone books, let's say, for example, on Airbnb, it will block the calendar on other platforms like Booking.com, VRB or Expedia. So it will block the calendar. So someone is booked from 1st of May to the 7th of May. Then it blocks the calendars from 1st of May to the 7th of May on other calendars, on other platforms. So no one can what? Double book. Yeah. So with the same channel manager, yeah, it can also send automated messages. So I don't have to be on my phone every time to see, oh, there's a booking, So for me, the only notification which we've got is the Stripe notification. That's when the money comes in. So when
you don't want to lose out on that deal.
Yeah. So when like there's bookings, etc., everything is run automatically. So we send an automation messages to thank the person for booking. We ask for their reason for coming to the city, ID, and if it's a property, we collect deposit. All those links go out, and they know what to do. And in the links as well, we explain to say, look, you're going to get 2 messages after, and you're going to get your check-in details 24 hours before or 72 hours before you come in, based on which property they've booked. Yes. And after that, like once other people don't have questions, they just go with those information which you've sent them. And if they've got questions, they can send the questions. And this is where we directly intervene. And
because I was about to ask, because you've mentioned a lot of automation. At what point is there human response from ourselves anyway?
Yeah, just to give it a bit of human touch, to get what I mean? Nah, but like those messages which go are like, they've got a human touch because they don't know
that they're automated.
That they're automated. Tom doesn't know, that this message which came in is automated. Maybe they think I'm the one who just sat there, typed it and sent it,
No, the reason why I asked is because you're mentioning a lot of automation. So is there a point where we manually respond? And obviously you've started to explain that bit.
So the points where we manually respond is when they're asking questions, because like you do get guests which maybe they wouldn't have read everything, and they'll ask, or sometimes they miss it. I don't know how they miss it. Then they ask the questions to say, oh, when am I getting the check-in details? When am I getting ABC? But I'm like, okay, yeah, we'll say it in the first message. You're going to get them 24 hours before. But if you want the postcode for planning purposes, the ATs, etc. So there is like manual intervention, and there's also manual intervention if a guest maybe wants to extend their stay or wants to reduce their stay, or if they want to check in early or if they want to check out late. That's when like the manual side comes in, and this is your department which you are in charge of.
So that's good, thank you. So are there any specific house rules or guidelines guests should be aware of?
Yeah, so in terms of house rules, we've got about 10 or 12, which are like which are on the Airbnb platform, and also on Booking.com and other platforms. So once they scroll down, everything is got fine print,
Yes.
So we've got like basic industry standard house rules, which gives like the check-in times, the checkout times, which says no parties, and we've got other apartments, places which they don't allow pets in the block, so we can't allow animals in that building. So we list those house rules. We've got other apartments which are fully carpeted, and we ask like guests to say, look, when you come in there, can you remove shoes? Those are like kind of house rules,
And then we provide obviously house slippers for that reason, to compensate
for that reason, because like we said, we attract 2 markets, contractors, and we also attract holiday makers. So you imagine like contractors, a big construction company, they've booked for 5 flats, they've been working like breaking ground, and their boots are muddy. Imagine they're coming into your property. So we just like ask them to say that. But we know, and everyone will be like, oh, that's too much. No, everyone is like that. I mean, in our house, we remove shoes as soon as we walk in, right? So it's like, and a lot of people do that as well. So I think that's a reasonable house rules. And no smoking. So no smoking is a standard. I don't know if I've mentioned no parties. So in terms of parties, there are noise sensors in the house. So if the noise sensor goes to above a certain decibels, it will alert us. So that's a notification which also comes to our phone to say, oh, look, there's noise. So in all our properties by the door, we've got a ring door. So when someone books and there's a lot of people coming in, we can see that because it will just show the notifications. And also, like another tool which people don't utilize are the neighbors. So if you've got good relationship with your neighbors, you can tell them like, look, I'm running a service accommodation Airbnb business, and on a normal day it should be 4 people. You know, I respect you because I don't want a lot of people coming in to make noise. The minute the neighbor sees 20 people coming in, they'll call you, hey Thabo, I saw 20 people coming in.
Yeah, what's going on?
What's going on? You know, so those like our eyes, you know, and you can get really good neighbors because they understand the business model, and you've told them, look, I respect you and I don't want any like problems, you know, so can you just...
That's more emphasizing on the importance of having good relations with your neighbors, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So you both support each other. Also, in case if anything happens.
They can give you a call. And also, if anything happens to their property, even if it's not us or our neighbors, we can help them out as well.
So to expand on that, actually, so we've had a few... guests who are quite wary about having a ring door camera. Care to explain the importance of having one as an Airbnb host?
I mean, it's for security, you know. So it's like, I mean, maybe guests think like, oh, we'll be on a ring door camera just checking who's coming in and out.
We don't have time for that.
No one has got time for that. I mean, if you've got like 15 plus, 12 plus properties, you know, it's like how many ring doors, like. And like there are people with 100 properties. Imagine looking at 100 properties. No, we only like start looking at the ring door if there is red flags which have been raised. So if a guest says, "Oh, I've booked for 2 people," and we now see 6 people have gone in the house.
Yeah, what's going on?
Well, what's going on? Because you said you've booked for 2 people. So that's like a red flag already.
Yeah.
You know, if a neighbor calls and says, oh, there's noise coming from your flat, we simply look at the ring door, and we see, oh, there's 10 people there. You know, the first things we do is send you a message, call you to dissolve the situation. If not, if it's in a Airbnb way we operate, we live in, like if it's in Glasgow, I'll drive there straight away and kick you guys out. Or if it's in other places, we've got like a security team, bouncers, if you've broken the house rules. So you can actually report to Airbnb or booking.com, you know, but if you've broken the house rules, you are getting kicked out, simple as.
Yes. So have you ever had a situation where you've dealt with difficult guests, and how did you handle that?
We had the ones in Leicester. So this one, like we're at a property in Leicester, and I mean, we don't live in Leicester, and we had like our guests allegedly, we'll say probably they were dealers, you know. We wouldn't want to accuse someone, but like we found stuff which would pinpoint to them to that, you know. So these guests, actually, the first thing, it was a wrong name which booked, you know. And the second thing is they wanted to extend, in terms of extension, they wanted to pay cash because they didn't want to pay on a bank transfer, etc. So I mean, those guests ended up being a problem when we're trying to, like, because we say, no, we don't want you to extend. We actually want you to check out. And so a checkout, they were just being a problem. And
they didn't want to open the door for the cleaner.
Yes, the cleaner wanted to go inside. They didn't want to open the door, you know. So it was just a difficult situation, which we had to involve the law. We had to involve the police and all that to come and look into it
and get the locks changed.
Yeah, so we changed the locks.
That's an expense that was not needed, was it?
Yeah, but I mean, they booked through, I think, Airbnb.
It was booking.com.
Oh, was it booking.com?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, the disadvantage with booking.com, like sometimes you can end up having like damages, which are more than the deposit which they've paid. And sometimes we don't take deposit for various reasons, you know. And so
I think it's because we also try and give some guests the benefit of the doubt, and we trust that they'll treat the house like their own as well. But it's not always the case, unfortunately.
yeah, no, that's the point. So, well, what's the next question there?
So in terms of, obviously we're in the UK, there's like, we've got central heating and stuff. Do you get that included in the guidelines, in the policies? So how do guests know about all that information? And again, because not all our guests are from the UK as well.
That's a good question. I've never checked, because for me, by default, if you live in a cold country, there should be heating. So it's, do we put that in our, no, we don't put that in the description, but.
No, but like in the check-in details, I'm sure we do put that, don't we? Like
no, in the check-in details, it's there
Yeah.
to say, this is how you control the central heating. We've got a Hive thermostat.
Yeah.
So, and it's self-explanatory, but if you don't, it's like you dial in to increase the temperature, you reduce the dial to decrease the temperature. I mean, but you think it's common sense, but you actually need to put an instruction manual to actually tell that, which is understandable, because other people, when they've come in from abroad, they've never seen something like that before. So it's like, but they would have seen like things like air conditioning.
Yeah. But it's different, even for people in the UK, again, not just for people from abroad, because not everyone uses a Hive. So I guess it's important to still include it in the check-in details on the step-by-step guide on how to go
I mean, the
about
check-in details is more like a dummy's guide, because there's no, you need to mitigate any assumptions to say, oh, I assume people know this, but you'll be surprised, not everyone knows that. You know, so things which you think are like common sense to you, it's not like common sense to everyone, because people are coming from different places.
Yeah, different walks of life.
Yeah.
That's good. And then would you say, obviously we put our properties listings on Airbnb and booking.com. Is there like a timeline on how quick or slow you have to respond? And what impact does it have? I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
You have to respond fast. I mean, the impact of like responding late is, one, you can lose business, because if it's an inquiry, if someone is asking you, oh, I'm trying to book your property, but do you have A, B, C, or you mentioned there's parking, what type of parking is there, or you mentioned there's this, what, so because the person is there, they're in the platform, they want to book. So if you take time to respond, you know, if you're not responsive, they will book elsewhere, you will lose the business, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, but if they have booked as well, you still need to like be responsive, you know, because that's why like for bespoke things, it comes straight to our phones, and it's like more like a notification. Like long back, we had like VAs responding, but we just noticed like even with the VAs we had, they were asking us questions, or what should I say in this response?
Like it's pointless then, isn't it?
It was now like a pointless to do that kind of outsourcing. So we do use VAs in the business for other things, but like for in terms of responding, like we're
still in a position where we're capable to do so ourselves.
Yes, because I mean the portfolio at the minute is manageable. It's not like we've got 100 plus properties, which will be like, oh, you're getting thousands of messages. So
And last but not least, is there a minimum stay requirement, and what's the reason behind it?
The minimum stay requirement, it's there, and we say 2 nights is the minimum stay. You can stay in it's 2 nights. I think that's when it's actually worth it, like running it as an Airbnb. Because if you stay 1 night, it's more like
it's admin.
There's a lot of admin, and you know, and with the 1 nighters as well, you're attracting people who are coming to do parties and all that. But there is a caveat. So we use a pricing tool. Yeah. So if there's maybe someone is booked up until a certain time, and there's a 1 night gap before the next booking starts, that 1 night gap, you can automate in your pricing tool to actually open that 1 night for bookings, you know. and we open that one night for bookings, but we increase, we make the nightly rate higher. So it's like it's a win-win for us. So if they're paying for that one night, it's more or less they're paying like maybe 75% of what we're gonna get for 2 nights, and we can do that using the automations which I've been talking about, you know. But we always try avoid one night, especially on a Friday or on a Saturday, because I mean, just think about it. Like people who book for one night on that kind of time,
it's like a quick stopover.
It's a quick stopover
because they'll be up to something. Then they just want someone to sleep.
And to be honest, and sometimes it's not like they want to have a party in your property. They want to like go out, and which is fine. So when we've got one nighters, and we usually get one nighters in Glasgow, because we live in Glasgow, so we can attend there. But like in other places, we don't want to like the headache of now calling security, etc. So
because for one night is always like it's not worth it. Then in the end, is it?
Yeah, it's not worth it
hassle,
if there's a party, if there's something which happens. But if there's nothing which happens, it's fine, you know. So don't forget it's not like, because I don't want to like people to think, oh, everyone who books one night, they want to come have a party. No, that's not the case. Because you can go in a place to actually work for one night. So we've had people like that who actually come in. But we're saying from our experience, like 9 times out of 10, it's like people who book one night are coming to go out. And they usually book the one nighters on Fridays and Saturdays, you know. But it seems like you don't like
22, isn't it?
Yeah, but you seem iffy about one nighters. It seems like you don't like them.
Yeah, because the risk, it's just like I'm saying, obviously you don't want to paint everyone coming for one night to have a party, but it's just this is all from our experience of what we've had before. So that's why I'm a bit like, I don't want to go through that again. So yeah. Yeah,
but it's okay. In our portfolio, well, when was the last time we had like a party and we needed to go kick out people?
It's been a while, to be fair. That's what I'm saying. It's just, I guess I'm just still hanging on there with that.
Wood, let's not jinx it. But yeah, it's been a while. And I think obviously, like we've had like few cancellations. And when people see like the systems of when we say, oh, we need your ID, we need deposit, we need this, you know, people who are coming for mischief, they usually like
they run away from those things.
And they cancel the booking, you know.
Yeah.
So, we're saying they cancel the bookings, like, we don't know if they're going to have a party, but they would have seen like, oh, they want deposit, they want this. But if you're genuinely coming for a good reason,
that shouldn't be a problem, is it?
Yeah, it shouldn't be a problem, because it's like, you know, okay. And the deposit as well, like sometimes we don't ask for it, it's bespoke. It's like, because it also goes with like your competition in the market.
Yes.
Imagine like people are scrolling through like 10 Airbnbs. And in those 10 Airbnbs in that particular place, you're the only one asking for a deposit. So
no one is going to book your place.
Exactly. So it's like with this kind of business, you have to quickly adapt. You have to be, fluid, you know? You have to be like water, as Bruce Lee said.
Yeah, just finding ways to be a bit more competitive, but without obviously letting many guests shy away from booking your place. So it's just being smart about it.
Yeah. So how would you like actually, do you go around checking how other people are advertising their places, or how do you do it?
Yeah, I think it's just good to do a bit more research, because your business is not going to be the same all the time. So it's just doing a bit more research, see what your competition is doing out there and how you can better your property. So not more to say doing exactly what they do, but what can you do better than what they're doing already? So it's just keeping an eye and just doing your own research to just better your property as much as you can. But obviously, as long as finances allow, because you're not just going to better a property without finances involved. So it just has to be sensible in that matter as well.
Oh, okay. So when you say bettering your property, do you mean like the deco, or you mean like the whole systems, the whole business as a whole?
It's more so what you guests would find when they're there. So like little features like even the towels. Some people, I think when we started, we didn't provide any face towels, but if other people are doing it, then, there's something about the face towels, isn't it? It would be nice to get even if they take it away, that face towel, it's fine, but it's just that little touch, you know?
Because some fine, man. That's like £4 gone. So
Wow.
wait, do we provide first towels now? Or I don't.
No, not in all the properties.
Oh, so some properties.
Yeah, not in all of them. It's
Yeah,
city,
see, I don't know. Like there's some things which I don't even know about the business myself. Okay, so
because
it's
you don't do like those fine touches. For me, fine touch, little touches, they make a big difference. Because I also see myself as a guest. What would I like to see when I'm there? So it's just some of those things to consider as well. Like if I'm booking the place, I'd love to find. So I'm sure there's someone out there like me who would also love to find this.
yeah. No, I think another thing is which you improved in the business. I think we're diverting. We're now just
Just talking about anything now.
yeah.
Anyway,
So I think
one last
another
thing,
thing
you can
which
go on.
you improved in the business, like obviously based on like seeing what competition is doing, seeing other people, was like to change the linen instead of being white
Yes.
to make it colorful. Because I mean, when people started these Airbnbs, I mean, everyone is putting white linen.
Just like the hotel
But
system.
then
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this was copied from the hotels, which is fine, yeah. But we actually not a hotel. Yes, we're operating like a hotel, but not everything has to be like a hotel. So why should we have white linen? It looks nice and everything, but like if we attracting two types of people,
We should
contractors
accommodate everyone,
and
yeah.
holiday people,
And
or
imagine
just,
contractors with white linen.
you know. So why should we have a white linen in that space?
Yeah.
So we changed that and we started actually putting like colorful bedding, which is actually,
Yeah.
I think, to me, I prefer that because it's more nicer than
It
white.
looks nicer,
And white is just plain and all that. And if there is a stain, it's hard to remove it on the white. You know, even if you take it to, even if the linen is being hired, the only places we still use white linen are down south because we outsource the linen. We've got a linen hire company. But I feel like even the linen hire companies should adopt, you know, to say, look, maybe white it is industry standard
Yeah.
for the companies which hire them out. But in terms of like the amount of damages on the white linen, there is a lot of white damages, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So before we go, so this podcast is actually sponsored by our company. So two companies actually, I'll say one of them, and Gugu, you can say the other one. So it's a company called Airbnb Mastery Blueprint. In that Airbnb Mastery Blueprint, we've got a training program, a 10-day Airbnb crash course. In this 10-day Airbnb crash course is for new starters, people who actually want to start in Airbnb, whether they want to start by buying a property or by doing the rent-to-rent strategies where you control a property which you don't own, but it's a landlord's property. And with those properties, you rent them out as serviced accommodation, which is Airbnb, which is what me and Gugu do. We've built a portfolio of just under £2 million of 6 properties owned, and we also lease 6 other properties from landlords. So if you're interested in joining and learning about this, it's only £100 investment, and the link to join is in the description and in the comment section of this business. And the other company which sponsors the podcast, like, I mean, when I say sponsors, like which fund us coming to talk here, the equipment and all the good stuff.
Yeah, is Love Your Stays Limited, which is our Airbnb business where we host guests in the 4 different cities. And secondly, we're also open to joint venture partnerships where we can do business together.
So if you're interested in that, feel free to comment below in the comment section. We'll send you our email or just reach us out on socials. All the information is in the description. So yeah, like, comment and subscribe, and yeah.
Thank
So
you.
yeah, cheers. Thank you. Bye for now.
Bye.